Stockslagers is our name.
Good morning, Duke Stockslager again. It's a beautiful January morning, 12 degrees outside I think, but hey, it's about 70 degrees here in the germinating room, and I thought it would be fun to take a walk this morning to show you what's going on with our plants. You might be able to see the lights up above. These are LED lights. They have the full spectrum of the sunlight, and that is a huge part of starting plants, propagating, getting roots on the cuttings, and when we sow our seeds, also these lights play a huge role. We have these nice benches. We have bottom heat hot water tubes running underneath, which keeps the soil nice and warm. And right now we're trying on what we're propagating around 72 degrees. If we can keep between that 70 and 74 degree temperature, that really makes a tremendous difference on getting these plants to the next stage. Now these were started last week. We received the cuttings and the girls stuck the cuttings into the soil. We bring them into the germinating room and they just stick them in and pinch them. And you can see some of these already have some blossoms, which we don't like seeing the flowers on the plants at this stage because that's taking energy from the plant that's trying to get roots on it. But nonetheless, that they will root and they will come along quite nicely. Over here, I want to show you something that's fun. These are cannas. Cannas, they're a tropical plant. They love this heat and humidity, and you can see the little blue seeds here, and you can see the plants sprouting out. You can see the roots that has thrown out and the plant that's beginning to emerge. But they're a very hard seed shell, so they like to stay moist. They love the heat and humidity. Now these have been sown for several weeks, and it takes them a while. The first 5-10 days they somewhat sit there. That seed is softening up, and eventually they begin to break through. These are started from seed, not the normal tuber. They are, I guess what you would say, a hybrid, but the blooming on these is just tremendous. They grew profusely all summer long. You can see over here some other plug trays. I think these are some herbs that Linda started. And on to the east here, you can see more cuttings. Now these have been in just a little bit longer. And if I pull this verbena, looky there. We have roots on this verbena already, and it's only been stuck for less than 10 days. But these will stay in here until we get roots on them. Then we'll take them to a colder greenhouse and slow them down so the roots can develop and the plants will have a chance to really get established with that new root. But hey, let's walk over into the one house. That's the number one house. You see right here in the front, hardy hibiscus. And you can see these nice white healthy roots. They are breaking out, getting established. Again, we have these on the heat. This house also is used for propagating. These cuttings are brought in here. Begonias take a little bit longer. When they are stuck, that tip of that plant will callus over first. And after it gets that callus, the next stage is to start throwing roots. Let's see if we can find some geraniums up here. Oh yes, looky here. Now these have been in for about 2 weeks, and you can see that the tip of the plant calluses over, and now you've got those nice white roots coming out. It's fun, it's exciting to see this happening with the plants. The girls, the crew, they do a tremendous job. So you can look down through the greenhouse here, how many tables of geraniums. This is a 72 tray. We stick them every other row. We set these out, and there's 49 trays. times 30 some plants per, and we have a half a greenhouse with geraniums. There's a lot of plants. After they get a nice root established, some of these will go into hanging baskets, some of them will be put into larger containers, and here it is January 22nd, and by middle of April these plants will be throwing out flowers and really looking great. But all the way up here at the other end, not only do we have some flowers on plants that have been rooting for several weeks, but we have some alyssum. You can smell the sweet fragrance from the flowers. These are ivy geraniums. It's one of my favorite. These are the Cascade, the Sophie and Bright Cascades. Hummingbirds love them, and they will bloom profusely all summer long. This variety is what you often think of seeing on the balconies of the Swiss chalet or over in the mountains in the Alps in Germany. Quite popular in Europe, and they will do nicely in Ohio. They love the sunshine. They can, they're a little bit forgiving. They can go drier between waterings, but that's the Sophie and Bright Cascade, a pink and red flower. Tremendous performers. We're getting close to the alyssum up here. I can smell it already. But we've got some petunias, and we have some diamond frost in here, a fun plant that performs nicely all summer long. But look at these petunias, and let me see if I can pull one out. They are really getting nice roots on them. And again, these have been in just a couple weeks. And up here, you have some sedum. And oh boy, look at this. I don't know if you can see the nice white roots coming out on this plant. Sedum are becoming more and more popular. They've really done a lot of breeding and developing work with these, and they're coming on nicely. The nice flowers coming on, and these are the million bells, the calabricoa. We have petunias in here also. Boy, does that make you feel for summer or what? Look at that. Here it is, 12 degrees, inches of snow outside, and just a beautiful show of color. And as lantana cuttings. Lantana, the butterflies love them. Another one that loves the heat and the dry. And over here, this is what you can't smell, but boy, they smell great. And these are lobularia, commonly known as sweet alyssum. So, hey, there's our walk through the greenhouse this morning, and we will be back again growing for spring 2019, 60 years at Stockslagers. Thank you and have a great day.
It's time to play in the dirt today. Stockslagers.